All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Come on now, let's go! Ready? Back to right. Back 55.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Crowell. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Redskins 7, Steelers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop it. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
Here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. Now it's Peterson. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. This time Haskins will look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run with Sean Wilson, the former Duke Blue Devil. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Now this throw caught left side. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Isaiah Crowell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Redskins 14, Steelers 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
66. I got him. 50. 56.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
No foul.
I'm on.
Throwing on second down, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31-32. They better be careful, or they're going to be tough. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Peterson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the Redskin first down.
Go. 15 on it. 55.
Right here.
Check 3. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down, Washington.
Ready? Set.
Drop deep. Check. Lucky.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Check 3.
After the sack on first down, Haskins. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The Steelers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
Check 13. Alert, alert. 13.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 12, Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Haskins on third down. Steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable for Thomas. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Switch up. Hatchet. Watch.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the position.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson. 96 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now on fourth down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. This will be, 38 yards out. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So the sack and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Roethlisberger now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
Here we go. Undercrush. Undercrush.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll throw again from their own end zone. That's going to be caught by Kirk. A huge play there for Washington. 59 yards. So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10, clear on the other side of the field. Now Haskins on first down. This is Crowell on the catch. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Black 20.
Right there.
Jack 16.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Complete to Washington. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 230.
Yeah, let's get
Self out.
They'll run here with Connor. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
180.
56. Check 56.
Alert, alert.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Matt Ioannidis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a... That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Ryan Kerrigan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Montez Sweat. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So the sack and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now Roethlisberger. Going down the middle and it's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
All right.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of...
And my goodness, another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
26, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They go play action now. Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go, man.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here we go.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
56. Mike's 56.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They are in the 4th and Buffalo. The Bills, they are just continuing to pour it on. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Returning is Peppers.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as